Hello and welcome to my channel. Say hi to a happy day. In this channel, I would like to share tales and stories I personally picked and are my kids' favorite book stories. Let's enjoy listening while I read to you a story, Christmas for Everyone. On Christmas Eve, a brave fox named Robin Hood and his bear friend Little John were celebrating in Sherwood Forest. They had baked a vegetable pie and roasted some chestnuts over an open fire. "A true feast," said Friar Tuck, a badger, when he saw the pie. He knelt beside the fire to warm his hands. "We did our best," said Little John. "It wasn't easy to get all this food on Christmas Eve, but good old Rob knows where to find things," he chuckled. Robin Hood laughed. "Johnny, you give me too much credit. The pie was a Christmas gift from the Sheriff of Nottingham. He won't miss one little dish. You should see the spread he's got over there." "I'm sure," Friar Tuck said, "he won't notice a thing is missing." Friar Tuck looked at the pie once more and shook his head. "Doesn't seem right. That old sheriff gets more greedy by the day, by the hour." Friar Tuck wished them both a Merry Christmas, leaving Robin Hood and Little John to finish making their Christmas feast. Robin Hood thought about what Friar Tuck had said. When they sat down to dinner with Toby Turtle and Alan a Dale the rooster, Robin noticed everyone looked a little down. "This isn't a cheerful Christmas feast," Little John noted. "Something's not right," said Toby Turtle. Robin Hood nodded. He knew Toby was right, but he couldn't figure out what the problem was either. "The food tastes great," Toby said. "It's just that—" "Would some Christmas music lighten the mood?" Alan the Dale asked. He picked up his mandolin. "I know what it is, Robin," Little John said. He looked sad. "We took the day off to get ready for Christmas. The only thing we stole was the pie," Robin Hood cried. He couldn't believe he hadn't thought of all the poor people of Nottingham who didn't have anything to eat this Christmas holiday. Everyone deserved a Christmas dinner. They needed to make things right. "The poor people of Nottingham don't have anything to eat," Friar Tuck asked after Robin explained the situation. He felt terrible. All day, he'd gone around to the poorest families, handing out small purses full of coins gathered from the collection plate. He hadn't thought to bring a Christmas feast to anyone. A single tear rolled down his cheek. "A Christmas feast is an important part of the holiday," said Robin, "and I think I know where we can find one of this late hour." Little John smiled. "Who deserves a feast the least?" he growled. He knew exactly what Robin was thinking. "The Sheriff of Nottingham," Toby said. The friends set off through the forest on their sleigh. They were on their way to the sheriff's house. They knew he would have plenty of food to spare. When they reached the sheriff's home, they peered through the frosted window. Robin gasped at the sight before them. A Yule log blazed on the hearth. The tree twinkled with candles and gifts were everywhere. Steam rose from the large dining table. "Look at all those gifts, all that food. I can think of a dozen families who would be grateful for just one item from that pile," Robin Hood said to Little John. "I'll go to the front door and distract the sheriff. Johnny, you take the other side and bring the feast and presents out through the kitchen, then load up the sleigh." Robin quickly disguised himself as a blind beggar and rapped on the sheriff's door. When the sheriff opened it, Robin said, "Alms for a poor blind man on this wintry eve." "Oh, you beggars," the sheriff said. "Can't you give it a rest? It's Christmas Eve, and I'm trying to eat my dinner in peace." The sheriff went to close the door, but Robin held it open. "All the more reason to spare something, kind sir," Robin said. "Now wait just a minute there," the sheriff said. "Haven't I seen that outfit before?" Robin Hood shook his head, but the sheriff was suspicious. The sheriff lunged forward to grab the beggar. Robin ducked, but the sheriff caught his arm. He lifted the hat on the beggar's head and saw the smiling face of Robin Hood. "I knew it," the sheriff said as he looked at Robin. "You can't fool the good sheriff of Nottingham." Robin smiled. He had tricked the sheriff plenty of times before. This time would be no different. He wriggled free to the sheriff's grip and ran off. The sheriff chased him into Sherwood Forest. Robin laughed as he ran. He was so quick that the sheriff could hardly keep up. When Robin had put enough distance between himself and the sheriff, he climbed high into a tree. He carefully creeped out onto a thick branch to watch for the sheriff. He knew the evil man wouldn't give up easily. Robin heard footsteps crunching through the snow. He peered down and watched the sheriff run through the woods calling after him. The sheriff searched for Robin, but he couldn't find even a footprint. "I'll get you this time, Robin Hood," the sheriff called as he ran. Robin chuckled as he slid to the ground. He'd best the sheriff once again. Meanwhile, Little John and the others had taken the sheriff's gifts and feast. They loaded their sleigh with brightly wrapped packages, fresh bread, and plum pudding. They even took the magnificent Christmas tree. Little John took hold of the front of the sleigh and started to run. Robin Hood soon caught up with his friends. "There's no time to waste," he said. "The sheriff is mad. We've got to get these gifts delivered before he takes them all back." Maid Marianne, a kind young fox, and her lady-in-waiting, a cheerful hen named Lady Cluck, passed by the sleigh in their carriage. "Why, Robin Hood, what a merry surprise," Marianne said as the carriage pulled to a stop. Robin bowed low to the ladies. "Merry Christmas Eve to you too, Maid Marianne," he said. "What are you ladies doing out this evening?" Marianne said, "I've been out delivering baskets to the poor." "There are so many in need," said Lady Cluck. "We've just run out." Robin smiled wide. "It just so happens that I was doing the same thing. Let us share these gifts with you." The sheriff's Christmas trimmings were safely tucked into the carriage. "See you back in Sherwood Forest," Robin called as Little John pulled the sleigh off into the woods. He stayed to hand out the food and gifts with Maid Marianne. When they finished, they headed for Sherwood Forest to join Little John and the others. Robin Hood couldn't help feeling that this had been a perfect Christmas. He'd given plenty of food and good cheer to the people of Nottingham, and he had the best gift of all, the chance to spend his holiday with Maid Marianne. The end. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. Christmas for everyone. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen to more of our favorite book stories. See you soon.